and it's awful.
Fucking.
Why do you keep
plebeian.
saying a plebeian? I literally live on one monitor only.
Yeah, whose
Jonathan?
fault is that?
Jonathan, may I ask a question that I hope is not offensive?
Yeah.
Are you a plebeian?
No, I'm an engineer. I'm on the go a lot. I can't have multiple monitors all the time.
Well, I have one attached to my shoulder usually.
Well, that's a really weird attachment that you have on your shoulder there.
Yeah, it's a metal clamp.
Have you seen the one that's like, there's like a fucking laptop that you like flip open and then you like slide a second monitor out? Because you should. I don't think it's actually real, or it would probably run at like, you know, for 2 seconds before it runs out of battery. But cool idea, you know.
I didn't know Xenia was a pumpkin.
Hi, brother. Where?
Oh
wait,
fuck!
what?
Hold on.
Why is it
I
loading?
don't
Hi,
know.
Brunalicious.
Hi, Brunalicious.
Ah, right here.
Guest
I can
name.
see
Oh, there we
Xenia.
go. Xenia.
Okay. So.
All right,
I
so
fixed it.
podcast start. Welcome everybody to the Legacy of MarkJon Podcast number 23. If anybody can understand the meaning of the title, you get a high five from Jonathan. Same spiel from the before. Just follow us: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, here, etc. SoundCloud. Although we don't have anything beyond podcasts 2 and 3 on there, but you know what?
Which are classics.
They are classics. They are absolutely classics. That was the first time we had 7 on, and that was the first time we had Shelby on. So,
Very cool.
anyway, just wanted to make sure that we got that introduction out of the way. Goodness, 7, you look
What?
a little stressed today.
Ah, yes.
Something,
segue.
something stressed out. Right?
Yep.
Oh, 7, I missed you, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Welcome
heard,
Xenia, by the way.
Mark,
Hi, Xenia.
Wait.
Hi.
Xenia, rewind. Mark,
What?
what are you holding? It's like a 15-second delay on my screen. Because
I have an airsoft gun. Because I
okay,
dropped
for a
my
second-
knife, so.
it looked like an actual chrome gun. I didn't see the orange tip at first, and that freaked me out.
I should
Um,
paint this, make it look edgy as fuck.
Oh yeah. So you see, stress today. Yes. So I have a lot of work, as I normally do. And then I was at a meeting that went from about 3 o'clock to like an hour ago. And partway through, we said, oh, let's all go get some food. Well, I realized I didn't have my debit card. And I don't carry cash on me because I trust my debit card. So that led to a frantic search trying to find some way to figure out where it was. I like ran over to a nearby apartment of a friend I was at. It wasn't there. I ended up going to the restaurant I was at 10 o'clock last night. It wasn't there. And we were really hungry, so we all went to a pizza place. And Courtney, my girlfriend, wanted to make sure I could eat. So she insisted that I get the largest size pizza.
I can
Which?
take witness to this. I did see this.
Give me 30 seconds, and I'll be
1,
back.
2, 3. I just wanted to start counting because I know she'd start running.
My house literally just shook because of how much 7 just ran there. Good Lord. It is
So-
indeed a big pizza, though.
Oh my god, I want a pizza like that.
I did also have pizza today.
Sorry.
I had pizza rolls. Does that count?
No. Well, I went to one of those like build your own pizza places today.
Oh yeah. What's it called? Pizza Ref?
It's
Oh,
called
those
well,
are
this one was
fun.
called Blaze Pizza.
Oh,
Blaze!
yeah, I've been there.
Blaze is good. Blaze is good.
I've been there.
Also, Xenia, you already have a size pizza, don't you? I talked about-
Yeah.
Hi, Shelby.
Oh,
I'm
so
a fan of pizza, okay? I'm crazy.
I
for
actually hate pizza. It's the worst. I'm just kidding.
So-
Oh, I thought you were like, I ate pizza. I was like, well, congratulations. Then it was said it was the worst. It's like, why'd you get it then? Stop that.
So, with this pizza though, I got this giant monstrosity, which she didn't realize how big it was until like she saw the box and realized what she told me to order against my wishes. And then, like half an hour ago, I was sitting through the dinner all angry. Now I just went through my backpack, going through notebooks, like going like, is it in here? Nope, it's not gonna be here. Nowhere will it be. Lo and behold, I found it in a notebook inside my backpack, my debit card. And I am so relieved.
I also think that's the weirdest fucking place to have found one. But hey, that's just me.
But the issue now is I have a giant pizza that I don't need. So there's that to deal with.
Don't go off and waste it now. Just eat it all in one night.
Yeah,
do that.
No, cold pizza's amazing.
Cold pizza is amazing.
Don't ever shit on cold pizza, or I will fight you in real life.
Chat.
I will shit on cold pizza because it's
Cold
much
pizza
better
is
when you
horrible.
first get it.
Yeah,
You guys are
I agree.
actually high as fuck right now because cold pizza is basically like a second different meal altogether, and it's totally valid. It's
Okay.
its own thing. It's
Wait,
like
Xenia,
a
how
hot
many-
versus cold
How many
sandwich.
marijuanas have you ingested today?
420.
How many?
Too many.
Exactly.
What?
Many
God
what?
damn it!
Okay,
You're supposed
wait,
to be
no,
on
no,
my
no.
side.
Okay,
Drug
no,
free and
wait,
everything.
okay. Hold on. I do think the pizza tastes different cold.
We're not a
What's
list.
happening right now?
For me, I think it's better if it's warm. Now, pizza, like cold pizza, it's alright. I was just giving Mark shit, but I mean, it's not that bad.
Like, I could eat it. It's just, I'd much rather it be warm from the box out of the oven.
Yeah. Same.
Well, how about this? Cold pizza versus reheated pizza. And
I don't
salad
like-
should be done.
I don't mind.
It depends
either,
on
but
how
I
it's
don't
reheated.
Out of the oven.
Okay, I heard if you use a toaster oven that it actually keeps it from getting all soggy.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Really?
hmm
I should try that.
It is
Ah.
a much better solution. I just have never done it.
Okay.
My dad did it for me once, and I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, Dad."
It
Although I
depends.
didn't
Yeah.
go
It cold.
first because
It
my dad's not a huge
depends.
fan of that.
It depends on how it's reheated, but I think
Ah.
I would also vote for reheated maybe.
I
Oh.
kind of like how we're talking about pizza, and then I have a pizza picture of me, like eating a pizza.
I mean, you're constantly about to eat a pizza without your mouth
seems
moving, talking to us on the
Extremely
podcast, right?
frustrated. Yeah.
Got it. I don't.
It's
I
like
don't
we're on
do
the
it.
treadmill chasing after like a dessert or something, and you'll never get there.
I don't do it. Here's how we fix this. Ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready. You would say yes.
Oh no! Now you're making me hungry.
Well, no, now you guys are twins.
I can go get my
Both
cold
eat
pizza
different-
too if you want. Should I go get my cold pizza too and eat it on stream?
I will
Yeah.
No.
literally just go get a pizza roll if you do
Should
that.
this
and
be
I'll put it
the-
in their
give you
box.
The social eating
We're all
stream?
eating pizza.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my pizza. I'll be right back.
Jonathan, go get pizza.
Okay.
You're the
Go
pizza
get pizza,
squad.
or else you're different. So, Xenia, how are you doing? It's now a two-person show.
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Oh,
Fourth wall. I'm doing all right. So, while they're gone and they can't hear us, what games have you played recently to get on topic
Ooh.
for the podcast?
ooh, all right. Well, I still haven't finished Nier Automata, so I gotta finish that. I started playing this game called One Shot.
One shot? Is it like
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I didn't got far because my game like crashed, but it kind of gives me the same vibe as Undertale because you have to walk around.
One second. What, Jonathan?
I'm so dumb. Can I have a slice?
Were you gonna go with
I was
asking
eating
for?
one singular pizza roll, but now I'm like, wait, you have a big old pizza right there.
I asked you if you wanted to slice, and you just left your
I didn't
camera.
hear it.
What's
Mark,
happening?
Mark,
What the fuck is going
you
on?
vote I let Jonathan have a slice of my pizza.
No, stop this.
Chat. Do you vote I let Jonathan have a slice of my
Poor
pizza?
John, just give him a slice of pizza.
Okay, you can have a slice of pizza.
Yes!
Xenia says to have a slice. Go peel- We
Oh
can
God, what kind of pizza?
Damn it, guys!
delicious.
I'm getting hungry because I'm watching you guys eat pizza.
What's wrong with a vegetable pizza?
No.
There's meat on it.
It is. There's pepperoni.
Yeah.
It's not vegetable. Oh, it's not vegetarian.
Mark,
No,
you
it's-
tried.
Vegetarian.
Like, trying to be a...
Wait, it has to look more surprised. Like the pizza is like gonna attack me. I'm like,
You kind of have to have like hearts in your eyes for the pizza.
I don't know if I can do that. John, hurry up and pose with us.
Hurry.
You guys are doing
Wrong
it the
way,
wrong way,
John.
except for Mark.
I was doing it the right way.
Yeah. 7,
Wait,
you're looking at the wrong
Did you
side.
mirror my screen? Mark?
There we go. Now everybody's at the same. This is the pizza squad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna eat it. I'm sorry. I'm hungry.
Eat my food and thank me for it.
Thank
like
you.
only
Thank you,
one.
7. You're the best.
Don't
I
lie
want you
to
to
me.
sleep sometimes.
Okay. So, Xenia, go on. You said one shot. Well, what about that game you were talking about?
It kind of reminds me a little of Undertale
Interesting. How so?
I've
What
heard
game
of
is
it.
this?
because you go around walking
shot.
trying to find something. I don't know. I haven't played it much because the game crashed.
One shot trailer. I'm gonna look it up. I'll just give me 2 seconds. 1 second.
2
We're
sec-
good. We're good.
1,000.
We're good. Check
Two
that shit out.
1,000.
It's already up.
3, 1. Well, you got them counting now.
Oh wait, I should turn
So-
off the audio. There we go. Cool. This is
Okay,
a
so-
podcast.
Okay, if I see a logo so far. Initializing ... You found me. Oh, like that song.
This is in
by
Python.
the Face. What?
Fuck
what's wrong
you,
with
Python. Nothing's wrong with Python. But never
It's a
code.
really,
Sorry, what?
Huh?
it's a really cute game. I kind of like the colors it has.
I see purple. So far, I'm on board with this.
Don't
Probably 'cause
code
I
in
like
Python.
purple. I don't know.
High five.
Yay! High five. You can't see me, but I'm actually doing the high five.
I
with you.
believe you. I believe you.
Okay.
If you guys should ever want to have a factoid while we're watching this trailer, that if you code in Python, it's much more slow and inefficient than 90% of algorithms or 90% of coding languages. So
Why?
Really?
for proving algorithms and runtimes and whatnot, it's a lot better because when you're working with a larger set of data, it won't complete instantly like most other algorithms would. So you can determine the speed of algorithms much more efficiently in Python. But to actually make something in it, it would have to be an incredibly simple program or it would lag a lot.
Oh. Are all the characters wearing animal hats? Xenia?
Some of them, yeah. Some
Are
of
half
them.
are half the characters weird kinds of furries carrying?
I was
light
gonna
bulbs?
ask if they were furries.
Well,
Is that
I don't.
okay?
He's like a boy, but
Wait,
I
that's a
think-
he?
I don't. Yeah, that's a boy, I think.
Okay.
I haven't played much of the game, but so far I think it's similar to Undertale.
It's an exploration game, a puzzle game.
Yeah, because you have to find certain things and you have to figure it out along the way.
Very neat, very neat.
I think I've had too many of those
It looks
kinds of
kind of
games.
like Undertale. Looks like
Yeah.
it kind of plays the same. I don't know about the combat system, if there even is one.
Is there one?
Oh! The other day I was actually playing Overcooked with my sister, and that
Overcooked?
game.
Overcooked
yeah,
and
that game
Undertale.
was fun.
What's
What?
Overcooked?
It's like where you cook things.
Okay.
Like cooking, like we cooking mama? I remember
Oh my
that
god.
game.
We
Cooking mama.
we baby.
Whoa!
No, what the
Oh,
fuck is
no.
it called?
Hold
Do
on.
you know what I'm
Can I read this quote to you guys very dramatically?
Yeah.
sure?
The less you know about what goes on in the kitchen, the more you'll enjoy your meal. Jeffrey Wright.
Wait. Can you do a little bit more ASMR for us, please?
Okay.
Like
Oh,
Satan
God,
ASMR
no.
for us.
Oh.
The less you know about what goes on in the kitchen, the more you'll enjoy the meal. Jeffrey Wright.
Now, let's
I love
actually
it.
let's actually see the trailer. Huh?
Okay. I was like, this is a.
That game is so much fun. I was playing with my sister and like I was burning a lot of things, and and we had to get like some like it's just really fun, especially the fact that if you run out of time, you have to redo it, and some of the maps keep changing.
So,
And it's,
you said a cooking game, and I assumed that it would be like a really We Cooking Mama silly game, but actually looking at this looks really interesting.
It really does.
It's so like it's really fun, and I think you need like more people to play with because like it's only my sister and me. And
There was like a Luigi's Mansion scene in this. Hold on.
You fall in the ice. You fall in the ice.
Right here. Look at this.
Can you
like Luigi's Mansion ass fucking? What is this?
It almost reminds me of what's that game that you're like you're in a giant spaceship, in a heart-shaped spaceship, and you're trying to save
Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Thank you. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. That looks like a game that looks like so much fun with like 4 or 5 people.
Can't you only do 2?
No,
you can have like up to 4, I think.
Lovers got it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think it's up to 4 people.
That should be called Orgy in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Because
that game is actually hard. It's really hard. Like you cannot play that game with just yourself or another person. Like you actually need like 5 or 4 people in there because you have to keep changing. Like it's either you use this gun or you use the gun in the bottom and the shield. It's just really fun.
It's a little bit like real-time FTL.
Yes.
Real-time faster than light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? No.
FTL. You said.
No, it's Lovers in a Dangerous Space.
No, but Mark said
it's like real-time FTL, where like you have to go to different parts of the ship to operate them, and yeah.
Like you have to. One person operates the shield, one person operates the movement, one person would operate the and you can switch like the guns, and you can switch between them, and you just move around, do whatever you need to, repair everything, etc., etc. Like it's actually really, it looks like it's a lot of fun. I really wish I've not played it, so I'd like to do that one day. Get like a group of 4 on the couch.
I want to do a complete tangent right now.
Yeah.
On my Twitch page, every single recommended channel to me is only in Korean, and I don't know why.
Have you been watching a lot of StarCraft streamers?
The only thing on Twitch that I watch is this channel.
Have you been watching a lot of me?
No.
Wait, you have watched me in the past, I think.
I have watched you in the past, but I don't know why it's all just Korean recommendations to me. So yeah.
That's funny. Well, I'm actually seeing that too. There are 3 Korean recommendations on my page as well.
LDS 7131, So Ming 1907, and GMDKDSLA.
Yeah, all 3. That's so weird.
Why?
Maybe it's just Twitch's recommended, like the 3 for today. I don't know.
It could be, but they're all playing like, one's playing Catherine, the other's playing Overwatch, the other one's playing Player Unknown's Battleground.
Oh,
right?
We should shoot an email over to Twitch.
Playing a game, so it's no podcast or anything.
We should shoot an email over to Twitch and be like, hey, put us on the front page. And then they'll probably be like, yeah, hell yeah, do it.
Oh yeah, we're famous enough, right?
Yeah.
Then, just 2 minutes later, we say, hey, please. and then we wait for 4 weeks, and then send one more email that says, hey, for like 30 seconds, you just want a brief moment, none of your time wasted, just give us that one moment of the spotlight, then we never message them again. Until 3 years later,
we apologize.
We message them and say, hey, so you've given it some thought yet? And we just wait for a reply. That's what I vote. All in favor? Raise your hand.
Little did you know, I actually did that to YouTube already.
Okay.
I'm on year 2 of that process. So.
Got it.
Still waiting on it, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting on the 3rd year to send them the last, please.
Yeah,
oh, you know what I was watching today?
What were you watching?
I went back and rewatched us doing Cut Stuff. Your Marksman Cut Stuff 6.
Uh-huh.
I rewatched that today. It was funny. I forgot, like, that day was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. Hell yeah.
So that's probably like
The
the
fuck
first
just
video
happened to
I
you?
watch as soon as I started talking to Mark.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was on the. I'm guessing it's because it was the first video that pops up.
You
on his
okay there,
channel, right?
Steph? What just happened to you? I just saw you pull a ninja kunai and became Boruto for a second.
Burrito.
We were talking about cutting stuff, so I pulled my kunai out. But I pulled one kunai out from the
I
container.
have the same kunai.
The metal kunai?
Yeah. I got 3 of those.
I have 2. So I pulled one out, and in the process of pulling one out, it pulled the other out of its spot, and it started falling toward my lap. And from how I was sitting, the leggings I'm wearing were stretchy like a trampoline, and it bounced off of my crotch. I think the sharp side was almost down, and I thought I was about to die. But I'm okay, and I'm putting the sharp objects away.
You should
Yeah,
not touch sharp objects ever again.
like scissors.
I play with scissors.
Stop playing with scissors.
I want to go grab
Yeah,
scissors.
the playing with
I am the scissors.
What?
What?
Seven's playing with Mark?
What? I don't like the input.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm not
huh?
changing the topic text. Fuck. There's
Yeah.
so many things I have to micromanage. This is basically.
I know.
I feel like no, we've been like kind of just tangentially just
Yeah.
saying shit like left and right.
Yeah.
So
Also,
We should
my-
talk
nothing too
about
intense is-
Steph's intentions to play Nier Automata.
Oh, well, that was a really brief story. You see, I downloaded the game last night onto my computer. And I realized
Mark's
it's
face.
so much larger than Dark Souls in just the sheer size of the file. That it concerned me. And Mark is apparently, breathing heavily.
No, you don't know anything.
Mark, is Nier Automata your senpai?
No, it's just probably my favorite game ever, possibly.
That's kind of what you said about Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but like
Well,
it kind of beat the
you're
beat
gonna
the
have a new
shit.
favorite game every 2 months.
I to be
swear God.
fair, I said Final Fantasy 15 was top 3. I never said it was number 1.
You
Dark
you said
Souls
it was
3.
your favorite game.
No, you definitely said it was your favorite game.
Steph,
Yep.
can I ask
See?
for your? I feel like of all people, I could ask you for the voiceover. Did I say it was my favorite game? Number 1. Did I ever declare it was number
I think-
1?
I
Yes.
think you said it was tied with Dark Souls 3, and you were really debating it for a very long time. So it was in the number 1 slot for a while, and I wasn't sure where it landed with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like 3 or 4 podcasts where you didn't shut up about it.
I mean,
and
it was
you
a
were
great
pretty
game.
giving it
It's
pretty much
still a
giving it the
great
highest
game.
Possible praise. So
Yes.
chances are people could go and reference that and be like, "You did say it at podcast number at this specific spot." Ha.
If they reference it as me
So
saying it
somebody
was
wants to
number
do that, they
1,
can.
if they say number 1, I will concede that point. But I don't think I said it was at number 1 definitively ever.
You know what? You know what terrifies me, Mark?
What?
You're really playing with like nitpickiness here. You're trying
It's
to
an
keep away from
important
it, but
thing
you
for
know
me.
Absolutely, that you gave it the biggest fucking praise.
I still do. It's a great game. I still think if you have the time, you should play it. But I also would say if you have the time, play Nier Automata instead.
Okay, it is normal for people to keep changing their favorite games. Because I have changed my favorite games a lot, like so many times. I do have games that, like, they're old and all, but they still hold, like, a number 1 spot. And
Totally Pong, right?
yeah.
Oh, speaking of old favorite games, Mark made me try a game the other day.
Oh dear God.
Yes!
Frog
What game?
Fractions, what's it called?
Wait, raw what?
Frog Fractions.
Oh, never heard of that.
I stopped only halfway down the rabbit hole, after installing warp drive on my dragon and surviving my trial on Bug Mars. But it's about a frog who has to protect the apples from bugs so that he does not have any indignity for the apples being eaten by bugs. And then it just goes off the rails. 10 Strike Tiger? Which Pokemon? But yeah, frog fractions. It also teaches you how to type. So, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
So, oh my god, it was
That
so
game is a
weird
masterpiece.
watching you play that, man.
Do you know what else is weird according to Bo Burnham?
What?
Segways. Segways are weird.
You're so awkward when it comes to that.
Can I say something? Can I be the segue here?
Sure.
Sure.
What the fuck is Vala Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse? It's just sitting on my screen and I haven't been able to play it. I don't know what it is.
Play it with sound. Make sure that people can hear what they say in it. Apparently this game is almost done with development. And I want to hear people's opinions about it. I saw the trailer and
It's playing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
As you can see, everything is pretty quiet out here. The way people are carrying on, one would think there was some sort of vicious attack llama apocalypse.
Oh my
Oh.
Oh my
What the fuck kind of review was that?
Oh, I love. Yep.
What? The llama
We here
apocalypse?
at Legacy of MarkJon do not condone llama slaughter unless it's apocalyptic. So you know.
So yeah, apparently it's a llama slaughter death robot game.
Is
That
there
looks
something
like
at the end?
fun.
Yes.
So hectic.
So
That's so stupid.
So I was curious what people had to say about games that are clearly ridiculous and nonsensical and so bizarre.
I feel like
What if I won?
this was a developer who started out making a twin stick shooter, and the only 3D model they had to start with was a llama 3D model, and they were just like, fuck it! Let's make all the enemies llamas!
So here's what makes it even better. So apparently, like I saw like a Reddit thread with the creator of the game, because they were kind of just self-plugging. They started development of this game right when before Goat Simulator was coming out, because someone compared it to Goat Simulator and said, no, this is an original idea. But yeah, they showed the models and it was just like these bad llamas walking toward them that slowly got faster and faster as the game developed.
Huh.
But yeah,
So I was right?
I think you're right.
Fuck yeah!
I feel like you're right. So yeah. So I was wondering what other ridiculous sounding games that you've seen before that have attention.
Can we talk about then Totally Accurate Battle Simulator?
Well, that one's pretty great. You should go watch that on
But it's
Mark's channel.
Equally
We played that.
ridiculous.
We all played it together, me, Seven, and Mark, on Mark's channel.
Trailer. Let's do this. I'm gonna show you guys.
The
Fuck.
Battle Simulator?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when we played it, it was still relatively new, but when they had added a whole bunch of stuff for the
Oh,
election and all that stuff. Like they had added a whole bunch of stuff. I knew that.
why is this
It looked like they're
trailer-
dancing.
They were
It just
dancing.
looks like the same old.
Wait, isn't
Since
fighting
this
just
trailer-
dancing?
They have greatly upgraded everything so far.
Even the graphics? Not the graphics.
Yeah, actually they did. They changed their shader and they updated the models to be a little bit higher poly. Slightly,
I can
to
tell.
keep the
So
charm.
here's my question then: can it run more? Like, because I remember that was like a huge issue in the old one.
I hope they optimized it better. I'm assuming that's what one of their priorities would be, so they could have larger and more accurate
More insane
battles.
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
the chicken, like with numerous chicken man.
Yes,
So,
the chicken man were great.
Wait. There's chicken man who summons chickens, and there's the giant chicken man who summons chicken mans who summon chickens.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah. This is.
I mean, this just looks like totally accurate Vandal Simulator. It doesn't look like anything they've added.
I will put up a new video that they added recently, or more recently.
I feel like we're not as much talking about games, more just watching train wrecks of trailers right now.
So many random like tangents are happening. Like I'm not even prepared.
You are not prepared, so
I'm
World
the
of
one who has the
Warcraft on that
list.
segue.
See, this is one of the things they added is a monk and who uses a quarterstaff and people who use nunchucks.
Okay. Okay, so he jumps and whacks him in the head. His head rings like a bell because the monks are priests now. They're holy men. He swings his staff over the top. Ooh, makes a backslash.
That actually is a kind of
Backslash.
interesting.
Backslash. Oh, it's behind his back, so it's actually. Oh, okay.
That's really cool. That's funny as hell though.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, slow-mo. Boom, double kill. Over the top.
I want you to know you're narrating this like 15 seconds later.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna do like forecasting. Then he hits him in the head right now, over the top. Look at that jump right there.
That's
And now watch.
so-
It's gonna
so
actually
ridiculous.
up. Please, did it
I
actually?
just love the slow motion.
What is
Oh.
this?
That's ridiculous.
Greek?
Second delay.
So, real quick, for everybody in the chat, don't forget to do all that crap. Send us any emails and send us any questions you guys have. We do a question of the week at the end of the week, at the end of the podcast rather.
What are those?
That'll be at legacy of MarkJon at gmail.com. Send your questions in there. We'll pick one at the end of the week, and we'll answer it at the end of the podcast. Thank you, Renetta-licious, for that segment. And
Yeah.
what the fuck am I watching?
I think it's Minotaurs and Shrink Sticks. And Grow Sticks?
The actual.
It can't move because it's just a flying fist.
That's incredibly unsettling.
I love this so much.
How do you beat that?
They are making them bigger.
Oh,
I know, but how do you beat that if it just gets bigger and destroys everything?
Oh my god, are they gonna make the shields so big that they can't use them anymore?
I think that's how. Like you just crush something under its own weight. You make it so it can't fully render and therefore collapses.
We can't fully render. Oh, that didn't seem to stop them at all.
Okay. I think this is just for. Okay, you know what I really want to see actually? I want to see.
Got little helmets.
I want to see the plus and the minus together. Just making them horribly disproportionate, changing size constantly.
Oh,
What was that? Wasn't there a game a while ago where it was like you had like based off of perspective, like if you had like pick up a cube, move it close to your face, drop it, it's suddenly giant type stuff.
oh, there's a couple of those.
Yeah, I actually have that game on my file. If you want to do it on the channel, we can do that.
What? Like how is it? It seems like it'd get really old really fast.
It gets gimmicky, but it definitely like throws curveballs at you for at least the first like 10, 15 levels. Like it's definitely. I don't know. I haven't tried it because I'm just gonna play it on the channel. I figured we would just be doing it on there.
Gotcha.
If you want to try it, Seven, we can definitely play it on there. If you want to run it,
On the channel?
yeah.
Have to wait till summer when freeing things
Well,
up. Mark, why are you saying?
Duh.
What?
Mark, why
I
do
mean,
you
like
say
we all got stuff going on.
What's your
so
problem?
much? I don't know what my problem is.
Also,
I guess-
I want to take this back for just a second.
Yeah.
To when Ten Stripes said a Kiba strip is pretty ridiculous. Are you aware? All right, all three of you are aware of what a Kiba strip is?
No.
No.
Should I be aware?
So it's a double entendre about a game also known as Akiba's Trip.
Oh,
But
no.
you are
Look
a
up.
man who's fighting lady clothing vampires who...
Wait, rewind.
Oh,
Clothing
I've seen
vampire?
this.
Should I put a trailer up?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've seen this.
I
I
don't know what
totally
you're
have seen
telling
this
me.
before.
Akiba's Trip.
I don't know if I want to.
There's an anime! Really?
Didn't
Really?
Game Grumps play this? I think that's where I saw it.
I don't think the Grumps played it. I think it was a different game that they played. Because this one's is a beat 'em up, and you punch their clothes off, and then
Yeah.
the sun can't
Because
protect
that
them.
game-
Because
It's
the
absolutely
clothes are
that game they
vampires?
played.
Oh, maybe, I don't know, but it's a
Wait.
fucking weird game where you beat people up and take their clothes.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
take their. Okay,
Oh. Okay.
okay,
God, why?
okay, so someone's running. Oh. What was that? Was that? Did he just? Okay, I see.
Yep.
Wait, he's a clothing vampire?
I honestly I don't know who's the clothing vampire in this scenario. I know people beat each other up and take their clothes. That's pretty much all I know about this game. But it's
interesting.
it's
You know what this
a
reminds me of?
oh, what does it
What
remind
just
you
happened? What just happened? Oh, this reminds me of what was it? Dead Rising.
of? I can kind of see. Oh wait, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. You mean Dead or Alive?
No, I mean Dead Rising.
You mean Dead Rising?
The zombie mall survival game.
Yeah, it's a
No,
zombie.
it's Dead or Rising.
No, Dead Rising.
Dead or Rising. It's a combination of the two.
No, it's just Dead Rising.
I'm pretty sure it's Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
I'm making a joke.
It was a
Dead
bad
or
joke, John. I'm
Dead
sorry.
Rising. Ha ha ha. Guys, so
I'm
serious.
sorry.
Because Dead or Alive is a fighting game where all the characters are pretty much nude with really, really well animated boob physics.
Well,
It's just
yeah.
bouncing everywhere. They also turned into a volleyball game, I think.
Oh, that was Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But
That was-
Dead Rising, because the game just turned, for me, it turned into, oh, let's just wear the most ridiculous outfit possible, go grab the Lego heads, and turn the zombies into an army of Lego men who can't bite me anymore. It was just fighting with clothes instead of weapons, and it was beautiful.
Huh.
That's
I didn't know they
didn't
couldn't
quite
bite you
like
anymore.
that game.
Pardon?
I didn't quite like that game.
Why not? I believe you.
I don't like
Well,
the durability.
Like, I'm personally a fan of zombie games, but that one, I just don't take it seriously, and it's just too easy to kill zombies. It's not even like a challenge. So for me, a good zombie game, like, it has to, like, like, scare you a little, or like, it should get like intense. I don't know.
I think my favorite part about Dead Rising, though, was that the game wasn't you are a survivor, ninja, expert. You're a journalist at a shopping mall. You have a camera. You actually get points for taking pictures based off of like how violent, happy, energetic, sad, or erotic the pictures were. And you could have zombies count as erotic if they were wearing the right clothing.
That I did not know.
The game was ridiculous.
It sounds like it.
So
Hey,
what-
Xenia, real quick.
Yes.
What time is it?
Oh,
Hmm?
Damn it, I forgot.
I forgot what time it is.
I will put it on this.
To help
Spa.
Zambo.
Spa.
Oh yeah, sponsor time.
Did I
What?
spell sponsor
I
right?
heard it.
I don't even fucking know. Whatever. It doesn't
No.
matter.
Wait, what time is
Yes,
it?
no,
Wait, what time is it? One more time?
sponsor time.
Words are your weapons. Wield them to strike down your foes. I will write the word cat upon the page and draw from it a lion to rend your neck. I will write the word eagle upon the page and draw from it a bird who will tear your eyes out. I'll write the word elephant upon the page and I'll draw from it a garden rake with all the power of hell. Single letters have strength too. Rat combines R-A-T, the letter of the sun, the letter of midnight, the letter of the mountains in the east, tall and rising, faces carved upon them of people you do not recognize but who you know the names of. You put them together, R-A-T, you get the word rat, which gives you the power of the wind. Ride upon the wind of rat. Other letters have powers too. L is a sickle, strike your foes down, take their heads, you are the reaper of the alphabet. The letter O is a gun, the letter P, water, so much water, you drown in the water. E, a bladed instrument, one of the most deadly of its kind. With it, you can slice anything in twain, all must fear the sharp E's. Now in 12 packs of all colors, black, blue, or red. Sharpies at your local Staples.
That was so stupid. I like Brunettalicious like trying to predict it with Toys R Us.
You're close. You're close.
Actually, that would have worked pretty well. All these knickknacks and more at Toys R Us.
Well, you see, letters and plays on words with letters and beating dead horses with my explanations of my jokes. Somebody tell me the next topic so I can free myself from this purgatory.
Can we talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Sure.
It's a game that I checked out.
69.
Hello! I love that
Boys
name.
are back.
I was into this game a long time ago, known as Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a game that touts the ability to basically play like Skyrim, but with no fantasy. It's just, you're a knight in the medieval times, you get a horse, you get your sword, and you go. You just can do whatever you want in this medieval setting. And I'm like, fucking, what? That's so cool. It's been basically dead for almost a full year. And now, they have just released this trailer that I will watch with you right now because I haven't seen it. And I'm pretty excited. I hope they do something with it because the combat was cool. It was really fun. It was terribly optimized, though.
Wasn't it physics-based, too?
It was somewhat physics-based. It had some of that.
Okay, is there noise in the trailer, or am I...
Yeah, I have noise on the trailer.
Fine, I'll turn the volume on.
It looks so pretty, by the way. Like, very pretty. The optimization was trash garbage, though. I have a 90 DTI, and I could barely get it to run at 30 frames per second, so I hope they fix...
Oh, yeah.
I hope they fix some of the stuff.
Okay, are these in-game
at least that's better than some games out there.
Ah!
That's a segue for after the video, I say. Mm-hmm. That's a good segue.
Wow, they actually added, like, towns, which were not there before, too.
So it was exploration game-ish with no settlements.
Yes?
Why? What just happened? Mark?
Sorry, I was writing the topic.
Kingdom.
Ooh, though.
Delhi.
That looks...
Delhi.
So there was like a moment at the end of the trailer where there's like a giant army coming over the head of this hill. So I guess it's going to be in a during the war setting?
Which war?
Global announcement June 9th.
Oh,
that's pretty soon.
I see. Is it online or is it single player, Mark?
This is a single player game, I believe, unless they're adding online. But the combat is similar to For Honor in the way that you point your weapon in different directions to attack. But I believe there's 6 different rotational areas for it, or 8. I don't remember. There's a bunch. Okay. It was really fun the times that I played. It's very difficult. There's a lot of management of different parts of it, and it's quite cool. And I'm excited to see if they do something with it because I love swords. I love combat. I love HEMA and stuff. I wish I could do it in real life. And it looks it was very accurate. They did a lot of research on like actual medieval gear and technology and like how it was to actually wear full plate armor, and they were like, yeah, you could do like somersaults, and then they had a video of them doing somersaults like in the initial launch trailer of Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I'm excited, and they actually got like HEMA instructors to get the positions right for like weapon stances and whatnot. So that sounds really cool. Apply at medieval times. American Pie 69. You might actually be a genius, though.
Mark, did you never think about
I never thought of that!
Because it's like half scripted, half improv, though. You actually have to know how to like ride a horse and fight to be in it.
I'll learn to ride a horse!
Have you been medieval times before?
Oh, yeah, I've been there twice. It's great. Actually, 3 times. It's great.
I went there once when I was young. I was weirded out by not being given silverware.
Yeah, that did initially. I was like, what do you want me to do here?
I was like, I just pick up the chicken and just go at it. I like my soup bowl is also my soup spoon. So wait, probably get a discount on the weapons they sell. I don't think you get a discount, Mark. I think that's hopeful thinking. Mark, kill your dreams. Kill your dreams now before they turn into birds and drop you from great heights.
I'm gonna look on Indeed.com right now. Yeah, you guys just go ahead and talk amongst yourself. Medieval times.
So, Xenia, what are your future combat goals?
Not sure.
Okay.
Getting a shotgun and shooting down all the zombies.
Yeah, no. What?
Okay, question.
Yes?
Zombie apocalypse.
Ooh,
You get to pick a main weapon and a side weapon. What weapons do you pick?
I would get... That's really hard, because it depends on what situation I'm in.
You don't know what situation you'll be in. Just zombie apocalypse. But there's slow zombies, not fast zombies.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, I would get like a sniper.
How would you get sniper bullets?
Oh. Then a crossbow?
How would you get arrows?
I can make them out of stuff.
Okay.
You should get a slingshot.
And I would grab like an axe.
You're just wrong. You guys are wrong. Everyone who says axe, I hate you.
Hold on. Listen.
I'm listening.
So I would get something like sharp.
A lot of things are sharp.
Yeah, like a sword or a katana or just something sharp that could cut things.
Okay. What? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you guys.
I would just get this, and I would go slaughter some Zambos. That's what I would do. Maybe a shield. Maybe. I don't know about a shield, though.
I will make my experience unique.
With a banana.
Jonathan, I will miss you. You will die fast.
You know what? A morning star.
Hold on. I don't have problems running.
I'll be right back.
Oh no.
I dropped something.
But,
No, to answer that question though, I'd probably go with a shotgun and an axe.
Mark.
I wouldn't be loud about it.
While Mark is not here, I'll probably go with like a 22 caliber, and I think an axe might be more viable than longer. But anyway, so definitely sword. Sword was definitely.
Yeah, swords. Yeah, we're totally
we
going
all
with
say
swords.
we all say sword.
Yeah, axes.
Yeah, swords.
So didn't the head of that morning star almost land on your foot one time?
Oh yeah, look at it. I had to glue it with a metal epoxy, and then tighten it with a. I think this is a pipe thing, like to fasten a pipe. I don't know what it is. It's some bullshit. But yeah, I almost crushed my foot with this, so that was fun because I smashed a piece of wood, and the head of it fell off, and it almost crushed my foot. But yeah,
I guess
cool.
You were getting a little bit ahead of yourself.
Oh,
I
Warhammer! I got you covered in this.
That was great. That was great. No, I'd probably use a shotgun and an axe though, just because ironically my aim is better with an axe than it is with the handgun.
Well, I honestly
Did you say an
wouldn't
axe
like to
is
be
better
loud.
than a handgun?
I would just.
I'm
be
sorry,
like,
No, my aim is better with a shotgun instead of a handgun. Did I say axe?
Yes, you did.
I'm such an idiot. No, I meant shotgun.
Okay,
Sorry, Xenia, I cut you off. What were
7
you saying?
has become something. Oh, I was just saying how, like, in the zombie apocalypse, I would probably be quiet, like, just sneaking around instead of, like, using, like, a shotgun that would lure all the zombies in one place.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I agree.
but at the same time, I don't
Wait,
exactly
wait.
think zombies are intelligent enough to, like, be like, they
Wait,
hear a sound and consistently go in that
Wait,
direction.
I have a question. So in every single zombie movie, noise attracts zombies, right?
Yes. Pretty
But-
much.
Isn't sound detected by really tiny, delicate hairs in your ears that would realistically rot away first?
That's true.
Well,
So
not only that, but if you think about the behavioral status of someone who would be considered technically brain dead, they'd be acting more like an infant than they would than a normal person. So if a normal person found or heard a noise far off in the distance, is like, huh, maybe I should just continue walking in that direction until I find the source of that noise. That's rational thought.
Two
Zombie's
things.
not going to hear a noise and say walk in that direction. No, it's just going to hear the noise, walk towards it for like a minute, and be like, what was I going to again? Oh, I'm gonna go over here again.
Two things. One, we also have the cochlea, which is like a water part, like a water spiral that detects like lower frequencies, I think, something like that. That would also be gone probably because, you know, you'd probably like rot away the flesh and then the water would fall out. Two, we are also questioning the intelligence and the design of things that don't exist. So,
We are.
or things that are literally dead and have come back to life, and we're questioning the minute details.
Well. Have you heard of the actual real world examples of zombies?
Yes.
It's a
There are
drug,
3.
right?
Well, that's one of the.
I know the ant one, right?
That's another one of the 3. Have you heard of a horsehair worm?
No.
Ew,
So-
no.
This is the most terrifying thing, in my opinion. A horsehair worm. So insects don't have an isolated circulatory system. Their fluids slosh around inside them. Horsehair worms take advantage of this, and they exist inside this fluid, just drinking their blood by just sitting in it. And eventually, when they are big enough to mate, they then control the insect and try to forcibly send them to somewhere with water and make them drown themselves, emerge from the corpse which they have essentially eaten from the inside out, and then go on to mate. And that's terrifying. So yeah, I've seen videos of it, and they're so creepy.
That's pretty.
Interesting. Well,
that's
the
pretty
ant one, Mark, that you were talking about is the one that Last of Us is based on.
Yeah, I know. That's why I know it, because it's a video game, and it's the only.
Not everyone
thing.
does.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
one
why
I
I'm
know.
bringing it up.
Oh yeah. Which, no spoilers for Brenda. For I was typing Brenda Delicious. I was saying for Last of Us because I still have the pipe dream of playing that one day.
I don't find it very good personally, but
Well, that's because you prefer like game-driven versus plot-driven.
I think
Like if the game controls well, then it's good. But if it's like meh, you're not a fan of it to begin with.
if the game is a bad game but a good movie, make it a movie. That's what I say.
Yeah. Well,
It's like what's another game like that?
Final Fantasy
Uncharted.
13.
Interesting. Isn't that the one? Wait, which?
But
that's
Uncharted
the
has
one?
good gameplay. Final Fantasy 13 is a hallway walking simulator. As cool as the music is, and as much as I like the character design and all that stuff, it's not a good game. Sadly, I wish I could like it. Honestly, I really do. I wanted to play it, but it would be like 80 hours of walking through corridors.
Yeah, I heard the same complaint before.
Also, when you fight Gilgamesh in Final Fantasy 13, you have to buy the DLC for him. And when you fight him, he says, "Thank God you saved me from the void that I was worried you wouldn't purchase this DLC to fight me."
I heard it, like I think it was. Well, wasn't it more like one of the? I see you finally downloaded this part of the game.
Yeah, something like that. It's great.
Gilgamesh is great. I like Gilgamesh so much.
guys. I don't know. That kind of game always got to me though. Like, I think it's cool at the same time, like, because I usually with those games watch somebody play it. Like Last of Us, I watched someone play it. So for me, it was basically watching a movie. But like, if I'm playing it, it's not as enticing.
I watch my brother play a lot of games. Well, I kind of used to. Now I just play them. But like The Last of Us, I did watch my brother play it, and I was like, "There's no way I could play that. Like, I cannot play that game."
Why not? Why not?
Because things get too intense, and I get all paranoid. I'm like, I'm gonna die. But
No spoilers now, because we want Seven to have a pure experience.
Here's another game that actually got to me, that got me all nervous. Let me try to remember the name of it. I think it's Dying Light.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I hate Dying Light, but I modded the living shit out of it, and then it was really fun.
That game, once it turns dark, I get so paranoid because I'm not like in a safe place. So
I was also scared at first, because those kinds of games do freak me out, honestly. I was a little scared at first, and then I played it, and then I realized it's really easy to cheese the nighttime enemy AI, because it's just the normal AI, but they can kind of climb, but they're not very good at climbing. And you can cheese it pretty hard.
That's the one that kind of looks like a Tim Burton animation, right?
No.
No, that's Don't Starve.
Thank you.
Dying Light is a 3D first-person survival horror game, and you basically run around like a third world country as a parkour expert, and you like kill zombies.
And you attach car batteries to knives and make them electric knives.
And then make them last for 3 hits, and then they break. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen this. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking at it.
The,
As I was scrolling through the Wikipedia page, all I saw while I was passing through that was PewDiePie's name, and I was like, okay.
Oh, PewDiePie.
If we were to say that Breath of the Wild got knocked down like 2 or 3 points from some people's reviews because of the durability system, this game would be a 0 out of 10.
Wait, what?
That's true.
I'm saying some people are like, oh, the durability system takes Breath of the Wild from 10 out of 10 to like a 7 out of 10. If that were the case for Dying Light, it would be like a 0 out of 10.
Okay, wait, Mark,
Really?
I have a question. I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, we know your opinions about durability systems in games.
I hate them forever, yeah.
So, in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, there's a durability system where there are...
Oh.
Hold on.
He's just like,
How's it going, Xenia? How's your life going?
going good. Going good. I've been really busy.
Am I back?
Yay, welcome back.
Yes.
Hello.
Back from the
Okay,
dead?
you're back.
I live.
I just-
What was the last thing I said before I
Elder
You don't
Scrolls.
respond. You just scream in your room behind your closed door.
You screamed in your room behind your closed door.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Here.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion durability system.
Durability,
Right.
yeah.
So there are 2 interesting things about it. One is there are spells, abilities, and enchantments that directly affect the enemy's durability on their items. Where if you hit their weapon with like a durability draining sword, you break their weapon, they can't use it. Or you hit their armor, they have to unequip their armor because it doesn't protect them anymore. At the same time, you can go repair them at any shop. So like any broken item you can get repaired, or you can get a repair hammer and level up your armor smithing skills so you can be able to consistently repair items, eventually being able to just auto repair everything you want and ignore the durability system. What are your thoughts on a system like that in a game where there are ways around it if you choose to devote the time and energy to be able to eliminate that
I think that's good. Like I'm saying, I think Breath of the Wild would have been great if it had a weapon that had unlimited durability, which now it kind of does, I think. Something like that is weird. But they should have had something like that from the beginning. I personally believe you should start off with a means of attacking no matter what. And you could say, oh, you have the runes. But they're not the combat system. They're like ways of cheesing the combat system from what I've seen, where you can like drop blocks on people, but it's not consistent enough. Where I think if they just gave you at least one weapon with unlimited durability, even if it was worse than everything else you picked up, just giving someone something to use would be an A+ in my book. A way around it. Mm-hmm.
I do have a thought on those kind of things. When it comes to those type of games where your weapon breaks and all that, I think on Breath of the Wild it would have been better if they would have done it somewhat similar to Dead Island, where depending on what skills you want to have, you keep opening them, and it depending on what weapons you want them to last longer than the other ones. I think that's something that would have worked on Breath of the Wild. I don't know if you guys have ever played Dead Island.
I have, yeah. I think you're right. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, like, I think what it would have been an easy fix is if, like, in the first, I don't know, if, like, in the Temple of Time, for example, which is the very beginning of the game, there was a chest. You know how on one side there was, like, a bow and arrows and all that stuff, and that was nice. On the other side, if they had put, like, a sword that was, like, the beginner's blade, which had like 2 or 3 attack, like just 3, maybe even 1, but it just wouldn't break, as so it's a last resort weapon. So it basically forces you to use the durability system, but if it came to it, you're not weaponless at the end.
Wait,
yeah.
Can you punch in the game?
No.
What? Why can't you?
When has Link ever punched in any game?
If you make a game with durability where you need a weapon to fight, but weapons break,
That's
in the
true.
scenario where you run out of all weapons, you should be able to punch for 1 damage.
I agree. Plus,
agree
then
too.
people would have been able to play through the whole game never having picked up a weapon. I would totally do that. That would be so much
No weapon,
fun.
no armor, no shrines, just actual only dodge and just flurry rush with your fists.
You go fight Ganon, you're just like...
Just become Saitama.
No, except for 1 damage.
One
That would be
man.
so terrible.
100 punch man.
1 damage punch man.
Never gonna kill anything, man. Yeah. We could. I would be okay with that.
7.
Nier Automata has released a sequel to the sequel of the original Nier called Nier Organica. In this, you play as a pile of meat. There are plot twists, confusing characters, and large-breasted female protagonists. Because, you know, Organica.
Mark.
Goat Simulator has announced a new VR version where you'll stand on your hands and knees and headbutt stuff.
Jonathan.
Nintendo has decided to make a controversial move today by signing with the Japanese military in order to make Nintendo Switch-based body armor. After finding out the durability of the Switch, this seems like a bit of a controversial thing, but hey, at least they get to have fun while they're getting shot at.
Pokemon has also released another controversial move. After the success of Pokemon Go, they've decided that all future Pokemon games will be after the style of both Pokemon Go and Magikarp Jump. Each game will be a $1 purchase game on the App Store, where you must train the Pokemon using one move constantly. You may fight other players, but only after buying the $5 expansion pack per battle.
Oh my god.
For Honor has just released a new character, the Greek Shield Bearer. He has a big shield, and you can't attack, you're always blocking, and all you do is push people off cliffs.
Rhyme's sequel has already been announced, even if there's a flurry of controversy, and it is going to be probably non-existent. It's going to be a picture, and that's about it. Doesn't change to the next frame. It's just the one picture. Sorry. And
Thank
that
you.
has been... Go ahead.
No, you started it. You're finishing it.
That's been the real news hour!
Jeez. That has been the Totally Real News Hour. Thank you for joining us.
I can say it too.
It's been the Real News Hour.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I realize that it's the Real News Hour, and it's only like 5 minutes long, if that.
Whoa. Everything we say during the news hour is true, including the fact that it lasts for an hour.
Oh. Wow, we've distorted time and
Much
gaslit
more
our
meta
viewers
than
at
I
the same
thought.
time.
Everything is meta if you try hard enough. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That was the other me. Through the fourth wall.
Through the fire and the flames.
That song.
Ooh,
Can we talk about Guitar Hero for a second?
No.
that
That's
game
what-
is amazing.
Sure.
No,
I
we're
love
going to
it.
talk about Rhyme now.
Oh, fine.
Rhyme?
Talk about Rhyme.
No, I'm just
Do that.
kidding. Guitar Hero is an okay game. What else do you have to
No.
say about it?
It was just specifically the song "Through the Fire and Flame," but it's how ridiculous that got. Also, sorry if I shouted. I got into it.
I think I was the one that shouted.
I think we all shouted except Xenia. because
Wow,
she's
Xenia,
busy
you should really get with the times.
I'm not. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's. Did anyone here actually play through the song "Through the Fire and Flames"?
Yes,
Yeah.
but on like medium.
Okay.
Oh no, I think I played on hard, but got like 80%.
But not on the hardest mode.
No, I can't. I could never do the hardest mode.
That's-
I did
Yeah.
play
Are you
on
kidding me?
expert. I did
Did?
play on Yes.
Did you beat it?
Yes. I was a
How-
badass at the
I'm-
game.
Now,
Tickle
now,
me
here's,
impressed.
now here's my second question. Did you ever actually listen to the lyrics of "Through the Fire and Flames"?
Have you ever gone and actually bought 4 albums worth of Dragon Force?
Why would you buy 4 albums worth of
I
Dragon
don't
Force?
think I ever.
Because
picked
they're the
music.
ones who wrote the music.
I know,
and
but why
I
would
have 4 albums worth of
There's
Dragon
so
Force
many
now.
lyrics for this.
why would you bought Dragon Force?
Because I actually liked it when I was
All right.
12.
So I just want to quickly go through just like the first couple stanzas. You know, the stanzas that you hear all the time.
Go
From
for
"Through
it.
the Fire and Flames" by Dragon Force.
I'm putting it on the screen actually. You can
Thank-
see it.
Okay. Can I?
Well, I can see it.
On a cold. I just want to go through some of the. And on the wings of a dream so far beyond reality, all alone in desperation, now the time has gone. This is. Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Sing it.
Where is it on screen? I don't see it on screen yet.
it's on. It's where the trailer would be.
There's no way I can read that.
Oh, there. So on a cold winter morning, the time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
This is an interesting thing we've got here. I don't.
On a cold winter morning, the time of the light, in the flame of death's eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. And that is where everyone always fails the song, because no one knows what happens after that lyrically.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Let's talk
So-
about
But yeah,
Rhyme
no.
now.
I
Yeah.
liked them back when they had like 4 albums only, and since then they kept making music, and they're talented musicians, but they just don't know how to go outside of their own style.
So, you know what they have in this? Like the line, "In the time before the light, and we ride toward the fight." Those lines are actually linked by a literary technique known as end rhyme. So speaking of rhyme, Jonathan.
Oh, nice. Good segue.
Nice. So, Rhyme was released this last week, and it's been doing really well for the consoles, for both the Xbox and the for the PlayStation 4. Hasn't come out on the Switch yet, and I do plan on getting it because, from what I understand, it actually is enjoyable on them. However, the PC one has been getting a lot of flack, and for good reason, especially if you're a stickler for frame rate. So here's the gist of it, off the top of it. Essentially, the frame rate dips from 30, right?
I don't know.
So from 30 down to 10 frames a second. It dips all the way down to 10 frames a second, and it's because of the program that they have for, I think, the PC-specific ones.
Sounds
thanks
like
for
the
quote.
Switch anyway. Heyo.
Hey,
Is that a freaking box?
Yeah.
yes, it is. But yeah,
Oh.
it essentially it dips down to 10 frames a second because of some of the protective software that they have on there for the
Wouldn't I-
PC only.
What do you mean by protective software?
I forget what it's called specifically. but
Anti-piracy software.
yeah, I just forget what it's called though. Specifically, the one that they have. It starts
Huh.
with a D. I forget. I don't know. But
So I
the software they were saying it's for the better gameplay or for the betterment of your playing experience or something like that. That's how they were quoted saying it.
know-
And it's been like severely dropping the frame rate. And they said basically that if you guys can crack our defensive program, our anti-piracy program, we will remove it completely and update it so that it's not here, and that way the game runs as smoothly as possible.
So you're saying that if you give a challenge to the internet's going to break your game and make you make it free, basically.
Essentially, and they did. It was actually cracked like the next day or 2 days later. I don't remember when it was, but it was definitely cracked, and I
Honestly,
thought that was absolutely funny.
Because fuck them for doing that.
Yeah. So seeing this game, the trailer looked like a mixture of Journey, Windlands, and the movie 9.
So here's my thing about it, because I watched the first 30 minutes of the game, and then I was like, so that dude in the red cloak is either a relative or it's like him from the future or past. And
That's your theory?
then I looked up the ending to the game.
Don't say what it is.
I'm not going to say what it is.
Don't say if
but
you're right.
Even with any expectations I had, I was disappointed.
I think this is one of those games where it's like the Guillermo del Toro movie, Crimson Peaks. You have these expectations, it looks great, but with Crimson Peaks, the plot just fell apart. But visually, I think that is the most beautiful movie I've ever seen on a visual level.
Oh, and speaking of rhyme, it's a pretty game. It's very pretty. It seriously is beautiful. It would be better if it wasn't a slideshow, but also I was hoping that it would at least have like a good story, because I was like, okay, this is like kind of an interesting world. They could have done a lot with it, and then I was like, I don't think they're going to do the right thing with it. After watching the first 30 minutes, I was like, these puzzles are very poorly designed. I don't think they can handle this world that they've set up. I don't think that they are talented enough at doing those things to do it well. And I was kind of right. And even then, I was a little bit disappointed. So maybe other people.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark. I'll tell you what. When I get it, I'll let you know.
Okay. It's also like really short.
As bad as you think it is from 30 minutes of watching it, as opposed to playing it. For
and spoiling
20
the
hours.
ending.
I haven't seen it, but it kind of looks like that one. What's the name of that movie? Moana. It kind of looks like Moana, but like a boy version.
Wait.
Puzzles.
Okay, I just want to make a note about Moana. I have not seen it.
Oh.
I saw a song from it the other day, though, and I was like, wow, why is this so catchy? And then I remembered Lin-Manuel Miranda, the genius who wrote Hamilton, was in charge of the music for the musical.
Well, he probably said, "You're welcome" for the good music.
Because musically, that was very fun to listen to.
What song was it?
Oh, you're right. That's the one I was thinking of.
You're welcome.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
By
I'm
the
a
way,
big fan of animated
By the way,
movies, so.
7. How long have we been friends?
What was that, like 3 years now?
Yeah. How do you spell my name?
What?
How do you spell my name?
Jonathan.
You were looking at
How'd
Skype.
you spell it?
Yeah, you were looking.
Did I spell it wrong again?
You spelled it
Wrong.
so wrong.
Every single time.
Jonathan! John, if you ever do like a 24-hour something, just name it the Jonathan.
Sure. If I ever set up my own Twitch streaming channel, sure, we'll call it the Jonathan. Every 6 months or something.
When have I spelled your name right? Honestly, I'm asking.
Never.
I thought-
Literally never.
Sorry.
Oh, chat is frozen on screen. I hate when it does that. I don't know why it does that. There we go.
I see. So, what else would you say about rhyme? Well, I changed the Jonathan. Oh, okay. This is.
We could talk about
So how do you spell your name
But yeah,
then?
Jonathan.
I'm confused.
Do you guys want to talk about the Rocket League stuff real quick? Because that's the last video I have queued
Yeah,
up.
Sure. Tell me that.
How do I spell my name? It's Jonathan.
Got it.
Oh.
Jonathan.
Oh, Psionics. Shh. Actually, Rocket League has pretty good music.
Like that, John.
Jonathan and
Yeah.
The shit is bananas.
More
Beat
Jonathan. No. It's more.
Ooh, look at this new arena. It's so pretty. Rocket League has always been very pretty.
Rated E for mild lyrics and users interact.
What? Oh, new import battle cars. Animus GP. And the Psy can't even... Sentio?
So I see Rocket League happening. It's been 2 years of that game?
That's too long.
Yeah, that game's been around for a long time.
Goal explosions.
Are there, like, professional competitions with it yet?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
I only played that game once, and that's it.
Rocket League Radio.
I only played it once, and I have a story behind it.
Oh.
Finally! You can play music during the game. That was what it needed, honestly. Okay. Well,
Your own
tell
music?
us... No, they have like a little playlist I think you can listen to. That's good. Finally.
Well, you could choose the goal explosion. That's cool. You get trails, engine sounds. This game.
That was one game that I feel like if I had gotten into it early on, I would have been like continuously playing it, especially since like all my friends from back home still play it and
You would have liked it.
everything.
It's a good game.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. It looked like a lot of fun. I just never tried it.
Wow! Wow! Sorry, go ahead.
I thought that that'd be a fun game to play, and then Mark convinced me to buy it. So I bought it and told him I'm gonna be bad. After getting my computer to stop lagging out on us, we played for what, half an hour?
I was trying so hard to teach you.
During which I was able to actually touch the ball maybe 4 times while actively trying to score a goal. Mark would just, like, the first 2.5 minutes of a 3-minute game, just sit there, laughing, making fun of me and encouraging me, while I was like, I'm gonna I do like it. Then he'd score 3 goals.
Damn it, Mark.
Well, I mean, you gotta learn somehow.
I returned the game, refunded it because I could not functionally
Aw.
touch the ball with the car.
Well, I feel like that's like just gonna be like the learning curve. I mean, you weren't good at Smash when you first started playing.
There's a difference between a learning curve and being unable to make myself play the game.
But you played it for 30 minutes.
And I couldn't touch the ball any better by the end of it.
Try it for 2 hours. By the
But
end of
then
that 2 hours,
Then
you'll
you
get a
can't
little
refund
bit
it after 2 hours.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
7. Probably that wasn't his type of game. Like,
Well,
probably he just, I don't know, he just didn't feel like that game was the game for him to play.
Could be.
it was an
That-
experience.
I don't know why, but that game kind of reminds me of this game called Monday Night Combat. It's
Oh, yeah.
What's that one?
Never heard of it.
It was a game, I think, on the 360, right?
Yeah. That one game was so fun.
It was
I
pretty
really
good.
liked it.
It was sort of like TF2, if I remember correctly. Similar-ish.
It sounds. For some reason,
Yeah,
I'm thinking
that's
of
what it
Gang
looks
Beasts.
like.
I know that's wrong.
No, not at all. Hold on. Monday Night I never played it, but I've heard of it.
Monday Night Combat?
Monday
I
Night.
want
It
to
used
play.
to be a game that, like, you would, get on and play with friends and all that, but
Yeah.
it was a good game.
It looks.
Oh, it's
it
on
looks
PC.
interesting.
So what, Mark?
It's on PC.
I want to play Gang Beast again.
Oh, Gang Beasts.
It looks so fun.
I
That
think
was. It was so much fun when we did that on your channel, Mark.
I like
I-
Gang Beasts.
I only have 2 goals with Gang Beast. One is mess around as much as possible.
Yep, that should be the goal always.
2, summon the one true god, the Finger Beast.
Hell yeah.
Jonathan, do you remember the Finger
Didn't
Beast?
we mess with the cape physics last time?
That's how you summon it.
You had to grab someone else's cape and then pull it over their head. And by pulling it over their head, the cape glitched out, and suddenly limbs don't exist anymore.
Yeah, it was.
You become beams of light shooting down from the sky.
I'm gonna be right back because I need to get some water.
Can I quickly mention something before you leave so that you're not completely in the dark? They have tried to set a new clock speed high on the new the Intel i9 processor, which is 10 cores with hyper-threading support, and they got it to 5.7 gigahertz.
So I'm going...
That's fucking crazy.
Mark?
Yeah.
I'm going to go get water, think about those numbers, come back, and ask you what those numbers mean.
So, I mean, I don't want to explain it twice, but basically, that's really fucking fast. John,
that's like me going to you and saying, like, dude, check this sick tablet. It only goes to 5,000 kilojoules.
What?
That's not the same thing at all.
I don't know what the fuck you're thinking when you say the 5.7 gigahertz.
This phone goes to about 2.4 at max gigahertz, which is, that's pretty fast. That's about as fast as a laptop, actually. But they don't have a dedicated graphics card, so they have to have a little bit better processor for the most part. Or they might have a dedicated graphics card. I don't know much about phone stuff. My laptop runs at about 1.8, which is trash. That's actually garbage. Dumpsters. That's terrible. Modern day processors in general run at about 3 to 3.5. And now I can finally explain these numbers because Steph is back and I was just delaying for time. Hi,
Mark,
Steph. I was delaying for time.
Overclocking it, though.
Mark?
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about
what do those numbers mean?
What do the numbers mean, Mason? Okay, well, my computer at stock, when I bought it, top of the line, ran at 4.0 gigahertz, which is, that's incredibly fast. People they buy regular processors and then overclock them to reach the point where my computer is already at, which is crazy. That's very fast. Phone processors, Steph, on the other hand, reach about 2.2 gigahertz on average, maybe a little less. Your laptop probably runs at like 1 because it's garbage.
A little bit.
So 4.5, 4.6 was like, if you're overclocking the shit out of your computer, and I mean like making it overheat, like you have to submerge it in a pool of ice to make it run that fast and to run that fast.
Would they do that?
Basically. Well, it's, I mean, liquid cooling and all that stuff, but like really, really high-end liquid cooling to do that kind of stuff. This is that with just a turbo boost can reach 4.3 gigahertz 2.0 with 2.0 and then 4.5 gigahertz with turbo boost max 3.0, which that's not overclocking yet. That's just amping up your processor.
What's a turbo boost?
I don't know, actually, but it's not. I don't believe that's overclocking. But with overclocking, it reached 5.7 gigahertz. Keep in mind, back in like the 1980s, when they were still trying to figure out kind of computer technology, they could make things run at clock speeds of about 5.0 gigahertz. But they would run so fast that their circuits would literally melt. So they were like, okay, we've reached the point where maybe 4.0 is the hard cap, but this is way above that. So I'm incredibly amazed right now because that's really fast. That is so fast.
Is this like a hardware thing, a software thing, a combination?
This is a hardware. This is a little bit of a combination, mostly hardware.
So, hertz is a unit of measurement. I was like so confused by the way you were explaining it. I just looked it up. This makes so much more sense to me on paper because I've been doing physics and math and all that shit. And
yeah, right. Is it more impressive
it's definitely
now?
interesting because hertz is a measure of frequency, right? So it's basically you can measure.
It's essentially processes per second, or not per second, but like
not per second, but
on a different time
it's
scale.
cycle time, and since it's an oscillating cycle time, it essentially goes to a negative and positive state, going forward and backward. So if you get a calculator and type sine of x in there, it'll show like an oscillation. That's essentially what it would be showing you. That just bounces back and forth. But if you're saying that that's the frequency of like the speed that it does it, so I'm now understanding why it goes at higher speeds and why you're impressed. Okay.
So it's my question is, how does 5.7 gigahertz compare to 4 gigahertz?
That's a
It's
difference of
almost
1.8 gigahertz.
exponentially
Yes, but what does
faster.
1.8 gigahertz mean?
In this case,
But-
it's almost exponentially faster.
So it's exponential increase.
I believe so. It's really fast. Like, take my computer and the benchmarks that it can do, and then compare it to your computer, and it's only 2 gigahertz difference, but that's like a world of difference. You know what I mean?
You're saying that 5.7 gigahertz would make your computer feel like my computer relative to it.
Yeah.
That
We could run
is a
totally
scale-
accurate battle simulator with 4 times as large of armies.
Wait. My computer or my laptop?
Your
The
laptop.
laptop.
So my laptop compared to your computer.
Yes.
So 5.7 would make your computer feel like my laptop.
Yes. I
I'm
mean,
impressed now.
yeah. There you go. All right. I'm glad we've got that squared away. And also, yes, dedicated WAM. Yes.
Dedicated what?
Speaking of dedicated WAM,
I get it.
it does have a 13.75 megabyte cache, which is that's kind of
Money.
impressive.
Like
Yeah.
a euro
Yes.
or a franc.
I don't
Or
have any
a
money
yen.
here, but yeah. Sorry.
Or like a playing
What were you
card.
gonna say, Xenia?
I was just gonna say, I'll be right back. I'm only gonna go get water.
Good luck.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
So yeah.
So we are going to be doing a comic update near the end before the question of the week. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. We'll probably start that around 10:45. But yeah, just to let you guys know.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I have an idea.
Hmm.
If we start, wait, Xenia, are you back?
No.
No.
If we start sponsor time before she gets back, she'll be so confused.
All right.
Should we do that?
Wait, like
Well, then tell us what time it is, Mark.
it is sponsor time.
Sponsor time.
We are the legions of the night, the dark forces with plastic sheets draped over our shoulders as cowls down the alleyways. We wield blades of silver, pulsing, throbbing, made of moonlight and the blood of catfish. We wield them against our foes, strike them down without any discrimination, for we hunger. Our teeth are long and rigid, our eyes pierce through the void of the night. We see our skin in mirrors and we take it back. More skin for us. We pile it upon ourselves, grow to hulking figures, our mithril blades, our long teeth, our eyes that peer through the night, and we hunger, marching forward, our cloaks billowing behind us, made of trash bags and plaid shirts, and the discarded dreams of children when they are told to give up all that is hopeful in their life, and they listen because they do not yet know this hunger, but we know this hunger. Our foes stand before us, the guardians of sleep, their towering bodies made of ivory and chrome. We battle hungrily. We battle because we must keep marching forward. It is not midnight. We are not witches. It is not 1 a.m. We are not fools. It is 2 a.m., the late hour of the night, and it is time for us to return to our home where our hunger must be sated. We shall return home. Warriors of the night assemble. Denny's and the Lumberjack Slam. $7.99. 2 a.m.
I fucking hate you.
Hi, I
The
can actually...
lumberjack slam.
Xenia, are you back?
Yes, I am back.
Did you walk in the middle of that?
Yes.
How was it?
I was trying to figure out what it was, but I never get it right.
Oh, hi, I naturally. You can see the bright green text of your name here. A bunch here, one's for asking special podcast. Send a longer one. Send a small one. So, segue.
Oh, we should
Yeah,
talk about the comic now.
Well, I was gonna save that one for a little bit later because we
Oh.
don't really have too much to really update.
Do we have much other topics, though, to go over?
You guys basically covered all the ones you guys wanted to talk about, so I'm like looking it over. I do have a bunch, but it's up to you guys. I mean, I have a shit ton.
So, here's my proposition. I have a lot of work to do. To be perfectly honest, half the reason I said yes to the podcast night instead of working was because I had just found my debit card and was on an adrenaline high. It was like, yes, I could do anything right now. So I decided to put off my work and do this, which was not the best idea. So my proposition is to make sure I'm sort of responsible. Let's get a longer question of the week, do a podcast update, do the
Comic
long
update.
question, comic update, because we are in the comic format and we make a podcast in the future. We are all 2D images upon a page. But a longer a comic update, a longer question of the week, and then if we call it a little bit early, I think I would appreciate that for the sake of being able to go to bed before 2 a.m. if possible. How's that sound?
Okay. We can do that. What do you think?
Yes.
Xenia?
Up to you guys.
Wait,
I don't
wait.
mind.
Okay.
I have one other
So-
request though, quickly. Mark?
Yeah.
Mark?
Yes.
Why are you not a web page from the 1990s right now?
What did you talk? Oh! Okay.
So
Cool.
Jonathan, you're saying?
What was I saying?
You said well, and then
Well,
turned
we're
Mark-
forgetting something. Mark's Sword Corner.
Oh yeah, Mark. You have a cat in the corner. That's your sword corner now.
Oh.
So, did you know
Yes.
that, okay, so there is a large difference between three main types of swords from the medieval times. Things that we have developed weird nomenclature for in this day and age. Hold on, let me change the topic to Mark's Sword Corner because this is important. Mark's.
Your
I'm like
cat?
so
Sword
focused on that cat
corner.
right now.
Good.
Mark, make the cat jump on your head.
Oh, I can do
Ooh,
that.
yeah.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Yes.
Cat's jumping on my head.
Awesome. Oh, I love it.
There's a gold trophy for me too.
Mark,
Okay,
throw it
no,
back,
no, you
throw it
just
back.
messed it up.
Retype the
You
sword.
just messed it up.
Sorry. Okay, wait. I have to stay still. Okay. So there's a huge difference. I'm trying really hard not to move my head. There's a huge difference between three main types of swords, not counting the bullshit ones that people have made up today in this day and age. But the main three are arming swords, such as these, typically used with one hand. Bastard swords, which are known as hand-and-a-half swords, which are used with one or two hands, and then
Okay.
two-handed great swords, which are wielded like claymores or zweihanders or other things of the like. Anything that you hear other than that, like broadsword, longsword, those are terminology that we've made today because back in the day they did not give a shit. I think
It was
that's
just
neat.
they're talking about, like hand sword, hand and a half sword, two hand sword. That's all they care
Yep.
about.
Yep, exactly.
Okay,
Interesting.
good to know.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move towards doing a bit of a comic update. Now, if you guys remember, I want to say this was podcast 15. 15, I think it
Is
was.
there a moose in the background?
Hold on, he's
Go on,
gonna be
Jonathan.
running after me.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
you should put your hand under it. Yeah, like that.
Run, my moose, run!
Chat, I want to thank you for enduring us and all of our shenanigans.
Yes, thank
Anyway.
you, chat.
I feel like it's every time I start talking, some crazy shit starts happening behind me.
Because Jonathan, You are the one who is serious. Mark is goofing around being a web page on the 1990s, and I am the this is getting too much. Jonathan, so comic update. Just try to overpower the comedy.
Yeah. Hey, instead of messing around with the Skype stuff, you should type that into the topic thing.
I'm already one step ahead of you, mister. Got it. Wrecked.
Anyway, around week 15 of the podcast, episode 15, we had an idea of making a comic out of some enchantments that was given to us during the podcast, and we essentially made our own story of it, and it started expanding and becoming, something, a lot more different. Actually, I think it was like much earlier than that. It was like maybe week 8, week 7.
I wanted to say 7.
Yeah,
you would want to say 7.
I know, for some strange reason, but we came up with this idea, and it was really, really starting to develop and come into its own. So since then, we've actually been able to start writing not necessarily a script, but more of a plot. A little bit. We have a lot more details. We have some character development. Xenia and I have been kind of working together to get some of the designs for characters together. She's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting, obviously, and thank you for that, Xenia.
Yes, Xenia, thank you so much for that.
While she's laughing.
I'm gonna clear it. You did this stuff. It's your fault.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
You do this and laugh at this every week, man.
Steph reminded me this time. It wasn't my fault. I like how every day Mark strays farther from the light.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't stop laughing.
No,
yeah,
okay.
comic idea. We have a general arc going on. We have several characters that we've thought through. The specifics are yet to be really tackled, partially because we're all busy, partially because it's difficult to make a comic. The biggest issue I think that we're all dancing around is how to actually get the dialogue and the lines down, because that's hard, especially with all the other characters. And there has to be a balance of, like, okay, who was it who did Ruby? Who did that? Rooster Teeth. Like, they did this whole thing there. They had these characters, they were interesting characters, but I don't think any of them are exactly based off of the people involved, if I'm not mistaken. Because if that were to be the case, then it would have just been, oh, showbody, look at us be awesome. Yeah. So we have to try to carefully to avoid just that ending up being the case with the whole.
Exactly. No, I've been saying that from day one. I'm not expecting any positive light on my character or anything. Like it honestly shouldn't just be cheesy. Like there's nothing at all what we're looking. At least the way I see it. I don't know if we're looking into doing that. I want to make sure that this thing really packs a fucking punch.
It's the thing is with the webcomic format though, just it's difficult for it to like a webcomic is not usually the medium for super serious. There are moments where it can be super serious, but ultimately when you get down to it, webcomics are generally lighthearted. Once they start off lighthearted, and then once they get you hooked with the lightheartedness, then they can start punching you in the gut. And then you start listening to the punches in the gut because you relate to these characters now. Which has been my whole experience with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was going to ask,
go ahead.
In the comic, it seems, I haven't read it all the information, but I was just wondering, will there be like any like funny moments? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like,
we have one of our favorite characters in the comic because he's so good. I love him. He's my favorite. Deathwalker Mary Sue Gloomlord.
Mary Sue is not his real name, but that's just what, like, that's never going to be actually mentioned. That's just what we call him. We want to build a Mary Sue and then actually give a Mary Sue a good backstory or a good character arc. And essentially, this is a character whose secret technique is to be able to draw legendary swords from thin air. When he does his super move, kanji appears in the sky, even though kanji doesn't exist as a language. His armor is made up entirely of belt buckles and skull masks.
I love him so much.
So yeah.
Oh man.
Well, essentially, this summer is going to be basically the perfect opportunity for us to meet up more, be able to actually look at a lot of our scripting, our formatting, our designs. At least for Mark, John, and Seven, myself. I don't know why I said myself in the third person. But at least for the three of us, we'll be able to sit down and actually make sure we put the time into it. You know, let all the details be thoroughly looked at, thoroughly panned out. No plot holes left unholed or unfilled.
Fun fact, plot holes will happen.
I know.
That's just kind of how it works, yeah.
I realize that, but at least like that's what I'm looking at. I want to make sure like we fill as many of them as possible. So like I know during the writing process I've been a little stingy, but it's because I'm making sure that that we try and avoid the plot holes, or at least have an excuse for everything.
I am a bush. I cannot comment.
But yeah, we've been doing a lot, and if you guys are interested, definitely check out Xenia's stream.
I'll put up
both
the
herself
picture of
and
me
Mark
that Xenia made, because it's really good.
Yeah, and they're fantastic, and hopefully we get to see a one of Seven, myself, and Greg sometime soon, because I'm guessing that's the main cast of 5, right?
Sort of.
I don't know.
Sort of.
Oh,
Mark.
God, it's so big. Yes.
Yeah.
From what I know, Greg comes along eventually, right?
Yeah.
No, he's there, and then he like gets lost, sort of. Well, I mean, we don't.
Sort of.
Look at that picture. Look at that sick picture.
Yeah.
Where's
It's
the
really
picture?
good.
I can't see it yet, due to time delays.
Oh, don't worry, it goes all over the screen. It'll be fine.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I like how it just covers us.
Well, welcome to OBS. It's not a very efficient system.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But yeah, anyway, that's essentially the update for the comic.
For the podcast.
Well, the update for the podcast is we don't know if there will be one next week, so be prepared for that not to happen.
Oh yeah, because finals and
we'll-
whatnot are happening on our end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know. Does anybody want to add their 2 cents on it? Xenia? Seven,
I have a
Mark?
thing to say.
Uh-huh.
It's that one thing that I really hate in any media property is when things are just, they like take the thing they want to explain to you and then shove it in your face. And since I'm since Steph is busy and you're going to help me with writing, I'm going to be doing the majority of the writing with John overseeing and helping me out. And
Okay.
I want to be able to do what I want to be able to do, and I think I can do it somewhat well, and I know what I'm looking for, and I will have them help me to make it get there. And I don't want to make it cheesy. I don't want to shove information in people's faces. I don't want to just paint this like super clear, oh, there's no mystery, there's no intrigue, there's nothing to worry about in this world. I want to be able to get across the point that I want to get across. I think we can do that.
We'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, we're going to be probably going through a huge edit process. We'll probably all have to sit down and just go through draft 1, 2, 3, blah 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 blah, make whatever edits and notes we have, because we have like a joint drive together, so it's not like we need a physical copy of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely have a system in place where we're going to be looking at each other's work and everything. But yeah, I agree with you on that one. We want to make sure that it's done well, and that the 3 writers are in agreement on that.
Right. So, shall we move on then to the question of the Nedelia, which means week in Russian. Fun fact. Haha. Uh-huh.
Wochen means
Alright.
week in German. Haha.
Vulcan? You can't steal my runaway from the camera.
Too late!
That's
It's
fine.
been. I almost kicked my power off, but it's been done.
Would that have been beautiful?
I was gonna try saying week in Spanish, but I don't know it. So
Come on,
I
Isn't
failed.
Spanish your first language?
my Spanish is not that great. Okay. I don't know if it's semana or mes. I don't know.
Mess is month.
I think it's biblioteca.
Yeah, it's library. You definitely got it.
I said it's week, John. You fucking idiot.
Anyway, question of the week. Question of the week.
Semana, for those of you who don't know.
Let's just. Question.
All right, question of the week.
Segue.
Yeah, it's not a segue if you guys keep making tangents. Good
Don't
lord.
Segways and tangents are two different fields of study, okay?
What is Mark doing?
One is geometry and or calculus, and the other one is
Alright,
motor pedal. What?
I have work to do. Could we get to
Okay,
the
well, say it.
question?
I'm just trying to help.
I've been staying silent this entire time. I have been not a part of the tangents. All right. Hey. This question comes from Toastus. Hey, with the announcement of the setting of the newest Far Cry, how do you guys feel about the trope of backwoods evangelical Christianity-like religions creating murderous rednecks that kill for their religion? It seems to be a theme that has popped up in games over the last few years. Is it offensive? Is it tired and worn out trope used used by lazy writers? Thanks for your question.
Midnight Mary.
Toastus
Hi,
Machina.
Midnight Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Hello.
What's
So-
up, Midnight Mary?
So, are redneck murder hobos offensive? I can
Can I-
see them being offensive.
Can I go first, please? Because
Fine.
if any of us are the most rednecky here, it's the one with grandparents who live 100 miles away from the nearest town in the backwoods of Oregon, okay?
Wait.
I
Remember
mean-
that
That's
thing?
not redneck. Hold the fucking phone. That's not redneck.
Um,
I've got redneck family that literally go to shooting ranges and dress up in
Wait.
1800s clothing and shoot their shotguns.
wait. That's not redneck. That's Amish.
No, they don't. Amish don't use shotguns.
Have you spoken to an Amish person?
Amish, I spoken to an Amish person, they were like, shotguns are real cool, dude. And then I was like, that's pretty weird. I didn't expect
That's right.
Amish people to like shotguns.
People hurt me.
And honestly, I think Amish is just you rearrange the letters and you get shotguns. So can I speak now, please, John?
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is that I go to shooting ranges and I am a backwoods. I'm from the deep south, and actually, it's in Montana. I'm from the deep north in Montana, and I am horribly offended by this abomination to my people. I'm just kidding. I don't find it offensive at all, but I do think it's a little overplayed.
I don't want to say it's offensive. I don't want to say exactly overplayed. It's
Shabby, aka shotgun.
I don't think. Are you okay, Mark?
I just like your comment in chat. Good job. Proud of you.
So I don't think it's overplayed. But I do think that it is sort of low-hanging fruit, where it's, oh look, we have religious people, and they're dumb religious people, and they're dumb religious people away from society, so they're primitive, with guns and a lack of proper moral standing, and then they're gonna have a duck dynasty, and it just
Far Cry 5 Duck Dynasty.
low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Does it make it does it make it less interesting? Well, it depends on how interesting your kingdom of waterfowl is, so to speak. Jonathan? Xenia? You have thoughts?
Xenia, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I don't think I ever played any of those games.
Oh, you
I
like
have
them?
them.
They're good.
I have the games, I just never played them. So
Speaking
I
of
really
which,
don't have.
Have you beaten Nier Automata yet?
No, I'm still working on it. Okay. Anyways, but I have no opinion on that, honestly, because I don't know anything from it. So Damn it, Mark! I will finish it, okay? I promised Toasted Kun I would finish it by the time.
But you didn't promise me!
So Jonathan, murder redneck turbo zombies.
I mean, like, same thing as any. I just haven't played. I haven't played enough. I haven't played any Far Cry really. But from what I have seen, it kind of goes into like a cultist state of mind, and Christianity cultists, not offshoots of Christianity, definitely exist. So I'm not gonna say like it's too overdone, because it exists. It's definitely something you can comment on, but it definitely has been done enough where me saying that can definitely be quoted for different games altogether. Like you could definitely say
Outlast 2.
Yeah, that's a good example where Outlast where it just has this very weird, encaged group of people where they just think a certain way. It doesn't need to necessarily be religious, but if it's a cultist mindset, then that's what it is. It basically, if it has anything to do with murderous hobo people who all believe in the same cause, it's probably that kind of mindset and just an offshoot of it. I don't know if it's offensive. People may find it offensive, but I mean, I don't. Just because, like, I went to a Catholic school for years, and that was religion until I went off and started believing my own thing. I didn't really think of it that way. It was just a personal belief. It kept me on track, and that was that. It wasn't really like if somebody else had said something else about their religion, I would have been like, okay. So no, I don't really think it's offensive. It just depends on the perspective, though. I can see why people might get offended.
I think if it were like, ooh, Christians are all a bunch of crazy people, which, I mean, I guess technically identify as that. I'm not offended by that. But also, they're portraying them as, like, crazy, weird cultists who have gone so far up their ass that they've come out the other side type of thing. And that is not... If you're offended by that, you might actually be a crazy person. And I genuinely hope that doesn't... I hope you can move on from that, because it's a video game, for God's sake. Oh, man.
Yeah, if you don't like it, don't buy it kind of thing.
It's like shooting a Nazi and then being like, I'm German, I'm offended, you fucking racist. I don't... yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a controversy for the longest time where, was it Wolfenstein, that they had, like, brought German imagery in some, like, shanty German in there, and people were raising hell for it.
That's probably because it was like really early on in the shooter days. But we also needed to pick a target that we can shoot and not feel bad about. And I think, honestly, Wolfenstein has done a good job with that. Congratulations, Wolfenstein.
Well, since then, they've kind of made like a bizarro future situation as opposed to like, just making it super odd and just having the imagery. Plus, it's a different time altogether.
Okay.
You're right. It definitely depends on the century, but I don't know. In this day and age, somebody's gonna get offended. So,
that person is me. I'm offended.
Well, then there you go.
On that wonderful note.
All right, everybody.
MarkJon,
thanks for joining us. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And we will be back over the summer with more podcasts, more games, more MarkJon, more friends, and fingers crossed, more info on the comic. And thanks for joining us, guys. Have yourselves a good night.
And thank you, Xenia, for being a...
Thank you for joining us, Xenia.
Thank you for joining us, Xenia.
Goodbye.
No problem.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.